A journey begins with one small step. It doesn't matter how hard you hit, whether you win or lose. What matters is that you have a common goal. And to reach that goal, it takes a band of brothers acting as one. Every week, we come together to witness these gladiators of the gridiron pour their heart and soul onto the field. This is Friday Night Rivals on MyTV WQMY.
The effects from Thursday's snowstorm are still being felt. District and state playoff games had to be moved all around the state, including the District 2 4A championship game. When called upon to remove the snow, the Valley View community responded Friday night with shovels in hand and the love of the Cougars in their hearts. Welcome to John Hens's Veterans Memorial Stadium in Peckville, Lackawanna County. Tonight, it's a special edition of Friday Night Rivals on Sunday as Valley View gets ready to take on Dallas. Good evening, everyone. I'm Bob I, joined topside tonight by Hall of Fame coach Stan Kaharski. Paul Grippy will join us shortly. Well, Coach, one good thing is the district moved the game from Thursday to Friday, then Friday to Saturday, pretty early, so the teams knew. But how will that affect tonight's game? How will it affect the way the teams play?
Well, I hope it doesn't have any effect on it, Bob. Again, 2 extra days for preparation to maintain your focus more so than anything else. The weather tonight isn't all that bad. It's a little chilly, but the field is in good shape. So hopefully the District 2 decision is not going to harm either team. And I think it was the right decision to make. Nobody wanted to be here Friday night, or with the field the way it was, nobody wanted to be here Saturday as well.
Let's talk about Dallas first. They lost their starting quarterback, Michael Starbuck, a couple of weeks ago, season-ending injury. They lost their backup quarterback, starting safety, R.J. Wren, to a season-ending injury. They're on their third-string quarterback, so we'll see a lot of running tonight from Lenny Kelly. Well,
he's run for over 1,600 yards. He's been their main man, their workhorse the entire season. Last week against Berwick, when Michael Savage came in at quarterback, Lenny Kelly ran the ball 32 times. He threw the ball a couple times as well. So Valley View is going to have to limit his effectiveness as much as they possibly can. And unless Coach Rich Manella comes up with some secrets, it's going to be a tough night for them.
Valley View put up 61 points against West Scranton 8 days ago. Big offensive line and strong running from Mason Cordish.
Well, Mason Cordish is an exceptional back. I've said this to people. It's like he's on a hoverboard. He just glides when he gets to that second level. And he'll be the first one to tell you to credit his offensive line. Those 5 kids up front have just been wonderful. And when they get him to that second level of the defense, he's going to make things happen. He's got great vision, great feet, and he's pretty fast as well.
The Mountaineers are trying to avenge a 33-0 regular season loss to the Cougars. Valley View seeking their second straight District 2 4A championship. It's Dallas and Valley View next.
Do you know a student or fan of tonight's game? Call them now and tell them they can watch on any computer, tablet, or smartphone wherever they are. Go to fox56.com for a high-quality live stream right now.
Here come the Mountaineers looking for their first district title since 1999, trying to knock off the defending district champs, the Valley View Cougars. We're back at John Hens's Veterans Memorial Stadium. The snow is cleared and we're ready for football on this Sunday night. And as I mentioned, the third member of our crew, as always, is Mr. Paul Grippy. And Paul, we talked about a little bit in pregame, Stan and I did, about the quarterback situation, but you're going to give us more on the starting quarterback, junior Michael Lukasavage.
Yeah, Bob, this is a different wrinkle that Dallas will throw out Valley View, different than in Week 8, because Mike Lukasevich was not the Mountaineers' quarterback. His first ever career start was last week in the district semifinals against Berwick. How'd he do? Okay, 4 for 17, 93 yards, but his team got the win, and that's the most important thing. His 17 pass attempts was the most pass attempts for Dallas all season, so they leaned heavily on their third-string quarterback. Mike Starbuck injured, R.J. Wren injured, so Lukasavich thrown into this with only a week to prepare, and he did okay. Career 1-0, ready to go tonight against the Valley View Cougars. He'll be a legend if he wins the district championship. Bob?
Well, we will see the junior quarterback as Valley View won the toss. They deferred to the second half. So that means Cam So Cody to kick it off. Moransky and Motley deep to receive, and this district championship is underway. And it goes into the snowbank. Dallas will come out first. We just mentioned Mr. Lucas Savage, coach, and what do you want to see from him tonight?
To manage the game, not to make any turnovers. Generally, you don't expect quarterbacks to win the game for you, but you certainly don't want their performance to lose a game for you. So I'm sure that he's going to play within his skill set. We
preached all year long, Coach. You talk about the offensive line. Dallas needs to establish something here early on.
They do. Valley View's defense has been stellar all year, and the offensive line for Dallas is pretty big.
Here comes Mr. Lenny Kelly, 1,600 years on the ground. He gets the first snap. Defense is right there pretty quickly. A host of Cougars, including Kyler Rosina. Here are your starters, brought to you by Toyota. Muser will be the fullback this week. He's a sophomore. Wide receivers, pretty talented out there, including their tight end, Jack Farrell, 11 catches on the season, 3 touchdowns. And up front, this is where it will be won or lost. Xander Shaner, he's a junior. There's only one senior on the offensive line. That's Michael Anderson. Lucas Savage back. His first pass is caught. A little swing route. It's brought in by Delgadio for a Mountaineers first down.
Luke Delgadio is their leading receiver for the Mountaineers. He had 28 catches in the regular season, and certainly he ran a little bit of an out route, and nice ball thrown by Lucas Savage.
Gain of 11 on that. That will help Dallas settle down, if anything. Get that first down out of the way. Lucas Savage makes a nice pass. Back to the I formation. Treon Jones pulls down Kelly. Gain of 3 on that. We'll see a lot of Treon Jones tonight for that linebacker spot. 105 tackles on the season, Coach. 18 for a loss. You know Dallas is going to want to know where he's at all times.
Yeah, he's very disruptive from that linebacker position. Very unusual stance that he has.
They pick him up. Pass thrown behind Delgadio, knocked down by Kovalchik. Now here is that Valley View defense who gives up only 8.6 points per game. Rosina's on the outside, 28 tackles on the season. Linebackers are very good, including Turlip, 62 tackles on the season. He has an interception. Behind him, Jaden Duplessis, the senior, 36 tackles, leads the team in interceptions.
Turlip had an interception for a pick 6 last week against West Scranton early in the football game.
Here comes the blitz, and it's caught. Nice catch out there.
That's number 81.
By the tight end Farrell. He dives. Nice gain up to the 47, gain of 11. Lucas Savage, though, took a big hit after.
Pretty much the same route that previously was caught by Delgadio. Again, throwing to his right, which is probably a strength on the part of Lucas Savage.
2 quick first downs by the Mountaineers. Kelly with a nice hole. Kelly threw, put 11 on for Lenny Kelly.
That's that Redskin running back power counter, whatever you want to call it, but guard and tackle pull to their left, leading Kelly to a nice hole.
Kelly in the first meeting with Valley View, coach, just 13 carries for 55 yards. So Valley View did a nice job on him in week number, 8?
Yeah, Dallas only had 140 total yards in that game, and already here they've gone to 35 yards.
They started on their own 20. Delgadio down again, another out pattern. Brought in by Delgadio. Up inside Cougar territory at the 24-yard line.
That was Matt Moransky, I believe,
Moransky,
29.
okay.
Again, same route though, Bob. Again, to the deep out or corner route by the receivers. Here you'll see it's a little bit of play action. And you have to say that the quarterback has been very, very effective. Lukasevich has completed all of his passes except one.
Kelly gets a block, gets the corner, puts 7 on for Lenny Kelly.
That starts out, it appears that it's going to be a little bit of a power play, and Kelly automatically just sticks his inside foot in the ground and bolts towards that edge, the perimeter.
Toyota key to the game. Sustained drives, that's what Dallas wants to do tonight. And they're doing it here early on.
Very impressive first drive. Valley View's back on its heels defensively.
Yeah, no matter what happens, it will turn the field over for field position. Dallas, though, wants points on the board. Kelly muscles through, close to the line to gain, just about the 20-yard line, maybe a bit short.
Dallas's offensive line is playing with a lot of energy. They're getting off the football, stalemating Valley View's defensive front. Kelly drives forward there, a lot of leg power.
Kelly first down inside the Manuka Subaru red zone to the 17.
Left guard pulled on that play, a little bit of an inside trap. Kelly takes the ball down to the 15-yard line. Or 17-yard line, excuse me.
11th play of the drive, opening possession of the game for either team. To the end zone, well out of the reach of Farrell.
Again, play action on the part of Lukasevich. Now, Bob, that time he went to his left. He wasn't nearly as accurate as he had been the previous passes where he was moving to his right. Here you'll see a little bit of a play action. Doesn't get his hips around and doesn't get good direction on the ball. He's got to step into his throws.
First incompletion of the night for the junior, who looks pretty comfortable so far.
There's the same play again.
Kelly finds a nice hole, shifts through, up close to the 10, gain of about 7.
That's that counter tray. Both the right guard and right tackle are going to pull to their left. Fullback fills. Gets a good kick out by 56.
Michael Anderson in there.
Anderson, 66, leads the way up in there.
Yeah, all region type players. Michael Anderson, number 66, 6'2", 300-pound senior.
It's been an impressive drive so far by the Mountaineers.
Converted on a couple third downs already. Another one here would be huge. Out to the flat. Touchdown, Muser. It's a Manuka Subaru touchdown for the Dallas Mountaineers.
What a great drive by Dallas. 80 yards in how many, 16 plays, Bob?
I will add it up.
Again, play action.
13 plays, Coach, 80 yards, and it makes a statement, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Valley View hasn't been behind too often early in the game. Ryan Fisher, a hero of the game last week against Berwick, should be the extra point kicker here.
He is. Good snap. The lefty is up, and it is through. So the Mountaineers come into Cougarland, and they take the early 7-0 lead.
Cam Graphics is your #1 source in northeastern Pennsylvania for screen print, embroidery, printing, and more. High quality and customer service is our specialty. For a free consultation and quote, contact us today or check us out on Facebook.
Well, a quick kick picked up by Noto. Janasa Boone now will take the field. having an excellent junior season, over 1,000 yards, 11 touchdowns, and just 3 interceptions.
Against Dallas in the first meeting, he was 9 for 11 for 125 yards and 2 touchdowns.
I don't know if Dallas wanted to do that, if it was on purpose. Cordish gets the ball, and the Mountaineer defense is going to chase him. Cordish will end up losing in all about a yard on that.
Dallas did a good job that time of keeping him inside, not letting him get to the edge. Mason tries to make something happen here and gets almost back to the line of scrimmage.
Cordish in the first game, 25 carries, 208 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He only surpassed that outing against North Pocono, 209 yards and 4 touchdowns. But Dallas right now owning the line of scrimmage. Boone the keeper. And Boone is off to the races, and you won't catch Janasa Boone, but the turf will.
The saving tackle, number 2 or 24. That was Christian Motley. He just got the shoe tops of Janasa Boone. Bob, I've said this all year that Janasa Boone is the X factor in Valley View's offense. Everybody focuses on Cordish, and Janasa just has a great running ability.
Couldn't stop him there. 30-yard gain for Boone. Back to Cordish. He slips down. No gain. Here's the Cougar offense, averaging 36 points per game. Noto, he's your fullback tonight. 31 carries on the year. Pretty good wide receivers, including Zavkoff, 14 catches, 2 touchdowns. And then we talk about this offensive line all the time. Connor Judge leads the way. Four seniors up there and just 1 junior. Pretty dominating crew.
They've been effective all year.
Dallas shifts. Kelly shoots in from his linebacker spot. Another loss for Cordish.
Lenny Kelly's playing the right outside linebacker. He shot the gap that time and got Mason Cordish in the backfield.
Now Cordish 3 carries, -3 yards.
Valley View's in the 3rd and 12.
Tough 3rd down spot for an offense that racks up 368 yards per game. Most of that on the ground, 273 yards. Boone spins, puts his head down, and up past the 15. Gain of 5, but to bring up a 4th down inside the Manuka Subaru red zone.
Now Valley View does have a good kicker in Cam Sakoti. It appears like they're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Getting the call.
We're gonna have to hurry to get this playoff.
It came in a little bit late. They may have to call a timeout. Nope, they don't. Boone fakes it, throws it. Almost a touchdown for Duplessis, but he's into the 2-yard line. 1st and goal, Valley View, gain of 12.
That ball was placed on a rope, and Duplessis went up high to grab it and caught the ball in his fingers like he's been coached. He had, I believe, 2 touchdowns in that first game.
He has 3 on the year, and he had 2, as Coach just said, in that first game.
This is a great answer on the part of the Valley View offense.
Cordish left side, head down, no signal, just about a half-yard short. But that X factor of Boone really has led this drive because they've done a nice job stopping Cordish as Dallas.
I think a lot of people just underestimate his throwing ability. I mean, he's such a great runner, and of course, when you have a Cordish in the backfield, that Janas's ability to throw the ball sometimes just gets lost in the whole picture.
Quarterback sneaking into Manuka Subaru touchdown for Janasa Boone. A short drive, 47 yards for Valley View, and with an extra point will be tied.
The last couple of games, Valley View's had a little bit of trouble with their kicking game, their extra points. They've missed some extra points, and certainly in games like this, missing extra points does not bode well for you.
Just about a 4-minute drive for the Cougars. Cody in for the extra point. He's made 20 of 21 on the year. Over the snowbank, and it's up and good.
Great answer on the part of the Cougars. Now they've got to determine what they're going to do defensively to stop the throwing as well as Lenny Kelly's running.
A little bit different game than last time. It was 6-0 at the half, Valley View, right?
Yeah, there was no rhythm in the first game against these two. There were penalties almost every other down, and neither team really seemed to get any rhythm in their offenses at all because of the penalties and things like that. It was only 6-0 at halftime.
Yep,
so it was a close game.
Well, that was just about a month ago, and the final score is really not indicative of that first half. Valley View came out, make some big special teams plays in that game, some big catches in the end zone, and Coach Manello said, you know, just for those plays, we played pretty close to the vest with them. So it looks like Motley and Moransky back to receive the kick of Cody. Got a big leg again off to the left, and it's dribbled and picked up like Motley, and there's our first flag of the night.
That could be a face mask.
Does come in. Christian Motley, a senior, brings it up past the 30. First time we'll see our referee tonight, Mr. Thomas Finan, longtime referee in the area.
Face mask, 5-yard face mask, blue, 5-yard penalty.
So good field position. Let's take a look at this return again, Coach.
Again, he fumbled it a little bit, and sometimes that leads to a big return. The coverage team gets out of its lanes.
Chase Combs may have gotten a little bit of the face mask, so you heard of just a 5-yarder up to the 37, 38-yard line. That's where Dallas will begin this drive. Okay, so if you're Dallas, you've done what you wanted to do. Now Valley View, you make your adjustments now.
Yeah, they've certainly got to stop the passing game at this particular point.
And they do right there.
That's Ryan Turlip, I believe. Is it?
Yep. John Clark shoots in. He's a junior. Here are your Cam Graphics impact players for the Mountaineers tonight. Del Gaudio at the wide receivers caught one. We talked about the impact Michael Anderson is having up front, and Matt Moransky, he has also caught a pass. But all of them we're going to have to call their names a lot if Dallas is going to win.
Well, again, I see a good approach by Coach Manella's offense. There's certainly a little bit of balance between the run and the pass.
Well, that was read by Duplessis pretty good, and he picks it off, and he's down to the 15.
Big play. Certainly a big momentum changer. And Jaden Duplessis on both sides of the football has been a big factor in this game already in the first quarter.
The leading interception person stepped right in front of that. He's been going to the right a lot, and that was an easy one for Jaden to really read.
Yeah, now you wonder what this is going to do to the confidence of the quarterback. He did so well the first series and didn't see Duplessis at all, playing safety.
So it's picked off, and Valley View will start at the Dallas 13. Boone the keeper. Dallas right there. Nice job by Kelly and Motley. No gain on the play.
Dallas's defense set the edge that particular time, and Janasa kept going laterally instead of trying to get up into the line of scrimmage. So there was no gain, particularly on that play.
By the way, that was Duplessis' 6th interception on the season. Now, it was about a 20-yard return, and he comes in and brings the play. There is George Hawanitz, has really done a nice job here. His 12th season at Valley View, 72 wins overall, the district title last year. Really building a great program here that's been pretty good every year, and they're pretty good at the younger level as well. Boone down the middle, pulled in, and touchdown.
Duplessis again. Reminiscent of that first game, Bob, where he went high to catch the football. This time he wasn't quite as deep in the end zone. And again, a rocket of a throw on the part of Janasa Boone.
It's a Manuka Subaru touchdown. They convert the turnover by that guy, and he catches the leading touchdown pass right now.
You wonder whether that was going to Dylan Hawanitz.
13-yard strike by Boone. Valley View takes the lead for the first time tonight with 1:29 left in this first quarter. The extra point is up and it is through.
Wow.
14-7 the lead now. Dallas will get the ball now, and there's the turnover belt. Turnover belt for Duplessis, who also gets the touchdown. Seems to be a thing now, this turnover stuff. Well, turnover chain, turnover belt, turnover hat, whatever.
It certainly builds enthusiasm. There's no question about it.
Here's the touchdown again.
Look at that ball. Perfect spiral. Again, a couple of weeks ago, I gave a shout out to Corey Mitchko, the receiver coach, and there's no question that these young men have been coached very, very well by Corey. We always emphasize catching, high point the ball, catch it at its highest point, use your fingers, keep the ball off the palm of your hand as much as you possibly can. Kudos to Corey.
We'll mention now the winner next week gets the #1 team in the state Imatep Charter, which Valley View lost to last year. But that's in the future. That is not the present at this time. Still a district title to have, most likely that game. And most of the games, I think, next week will be on Saturday. Strong leg. Takes Motley right to his goal line.
Oh, there's a pull down.
No flag thrown. Good return up to the 28. The Valley View faithful, not liking the wrestling move.
Well, if there's a replay of this, you'll see he just pulled him right down to the turf. Hey, if you haven't looked out the window, the snow is here. And if you're looking for a reliable, friendly, and professional snow removal service, contact Northeast Outdoor Services, residential and commercial snow removal. Call area code 570-766-3532 before the next storm, or find us on Facebook.
Let's see what Rich Manello does now with his quarterback. Valley View now a little bit teeing off on Kelly. The line did a nice job in the first drive, and that time Kelly nowhere to go.
Well, again, I think that Valley View, certainly its energy level, the team's energy level was picked up after that first series on Dallas. Dallas went 80 yards, and certainly it got the attention of the Cougars.
Yeah, Kelly in that first series had 35 yards. He had a negative carry in the last possession, and that one, no gain. Play action. Knocked into the air and goes incomplete. Valley View starting to get pressure now on the quarterback. Jones. Nope. That
wasn't Jones.
Nope, it's number 67, Duffy.
A lot of pressure there.
Dallas was able to convert 2 third down plays on their first possession when they scored. Let's see what they can do now.
Valley View has been very successful all year, putting pressure on quarterbacks, whether it's Trayon Jones or whether it's a game inside by the down lineman. But Kyler Rosina and Tyler Schwartz and Duffy have been very effective.
Comes Jones from the outside, a little give to the fullback, trying to sneak something in, a yard at best. And here comes the punt team.
It's very difficult to run right at Valley View. Counter plays, again, that counter tray, again, some deception. If you try to just run at them, they're down people, and those linebackers are very, very tough.
That was Kuba who picked up who had the ball. Not sure now, Coach Manello talking the officials. A little hold up here. Michael Anderson is the punter.
Quarter,
and that's the quarter. So that will do it. Combined 21 points on the board for the district championship. And Dallas trying to get back in this one here in Peckville.
Friday Night Rivals is brought to you by Toyota, Let's Go Places, Luzerne County Community College, Keystone College, and Manuka Subaru.
Back at John Hensas Veterans Memorial Stadium, second quarter has Valley View leading Dallas 14-7. And I'm down here in the end zone with a member of the Dallas Mountaineers team. His name is Zach Hill, and he is a senior. He has a very interesting story. He does the video operations for Dallas, but he is a leukemia patient, and he's going through chemotherapy treatment. So let me ask you, you were diagnosed a few years ago with this. Where are you right now in the treatment and recovery?
Right now, I'm doing pretty well. I'm in a phase called, can't think of what it's called. Well, it's basically like the last phase of like the treatment where I'm going down once a month to the King of Prussia site in Philly, and I'll just get like a 15-minute treatment. And
they tell you that you're improving though in your condition?
Yeah, I'm definitely improving. I went down last month and they were telling me that like the blood count numbers, they were telling me like it's the highest that they've seen from like a person in my condition. So I'm doing pretty well.
That's great to hear, because you never want to see a young man like yourself have to go through that, but it sounds like you're doing well with it, and still managing to be a member of the team, at least not as a player like you'd probably prefer, but what's your involvement? Why do you want to stay involved with the team?
Well, I want to stay involved with the team because it gives me like a sense of being part of something. Like, this is a really great football team to be a part of. Like, our coach, Coach Manello, he's a really great guy for, like, helping me stay on the team. And what I do is I film the end zone cam during games, and then during the week, I'll just get the tripod out and I'll film practice. So we watch the film on that, and I think it helps.
Yeah, that's great. And you know, you're being modest, but you're an inspiration to the players. I know you're an inspiration to all of us. You still manage to stay involved. You're still going to school. You're still getting good grades. Thanksgiving coming up. What would you say you're thankful for?
I'm thankful for being a part of this team. You know, this is like the furthest that Dallas has gone in a while, and to be a part of that, that feels like very special.
All right, that's great. Zach Hill, how's the team looking tonight?
I mean, they're looking pretty good. We're down a little bit, but I think we could bring it back.
All right, very good. Good luck with your treatment. Good luck with your health. God bless you. Zach Hill, Bob, he's fighting leukemia, and he's winning that fight.
We talk about football, but there's more than it's just a game in football.
It certainly is.
That's life, and what that young man represents, he's the toughest player out here.
And I think it just creates a lot of character on the part.
So Valley View's put a nice little drive together, picked up a
little bit of a counter play.
Yep.
And again, you see Cordish's determination. He's a tough running back. He's not very big in stature, but certainly his heart is big.
16 yards on that carry. This drive started at their own 39-yard line. Boone tripped up for about a yard gain at best.
A little bit of a counter, quarterback counter. He fakes a toss in one direction, and he's got two linemen to pull, get out in front. That time Dallas did a great job of just clogging that hole up.
Yeah, Michael Anderson, the big senior grabbed his foot. Second down on the way for Valley View. This Dallas defense pretty good themselves through this season, giving up around 16 points per game.
Well, when you're 11-1, you must have played pretty good defense.
Just 208 yards on the season per game given up. Their only loss, of course, to Valley View. Cordish gliding through and then now powering through for an 11-yard gain inside the 20.
When Cordish was the kind of the backup tailback last year, he really impressed me in the games that I saw him because of his toughness. He finishes his runs. It's tough to get a good hit on him. He gets his hips down, he keeps his legs churning, and there he picks up another 5 or 6 yards after first contact.
Yeah, Cordish is a very amazing story. As you know, Coach, his father played here. He's surpassed him, and his uncle played here. He lost his dad when he was 4 or 5 years old. And he wears his number in tribute, and boy, he's had an amazing senior year. Valley View inside the Manuka Subaru red zone. Cordish almost fell over, but turns something into nothing. How about 10 more?
Yeah, Mason Cordish has shown a lot of humility during the course of the season, Bob. He knows he's got a great offensive line, and he never hesitates to credit them for creating the holes that he runs through. There you see how he finishes his runs. Tough to bring down.
Cashy had to hold on to him. First and goal, Valley View. Dallas led early 7-0 since then. Valley View's put up 14 more. How about 21 straight? 20 straight now for Valley View. It's a Manuka Subaru touchdown for Cordish.
Valley View has picked up the tempo offensively. They get to the line of scrimmage, they run their plays, they're right out of that huddle, back to the line of scrimmage. And again, here you'll see Cordish, backside people pull. There's a great block by Michael Sebastianelli. Michael's a 4-year starter. He played a lot as a freshman, but he's been a starter the last 3 years. He's had a sensational season, as has his offensive line running mates.
25th touchdown of the year from Cordish. 3 different Valley View players have scored tonight. PAT's good. 21 unanswered for Valley View. They've increased their lead now over Dallas.
Friday Night Rivals is brought to you by Keystone College. It's a great fit with over 40-degree options, small class sizes, new football program, and Division III athletics.
Bob Ide, Stan Kaharski, and Paul Grippy back in Peckville. Valley View has scored 21 unanswered on Dallas. And the Mountaineers now back to the drawing board for Coach Rich Manello at the 22.
The kickoffs consistently all year by Chakotay have been either in the end zone or inside the 5-yard line. Tremendous weapon. I've said this over and over again. It's tough to go 80 yards, although Dallas did it in their first series, but it's tough to consistently go to 80 yards without a turnover, penalties, and things like that.
Valley View's last drive, 8 plays, 61 yards, just about 4.5 minutes off the clock. So here comes Lucas Savage. Hands to Kelly, and nowhere to go. Duplessis is there. It's a negative play for Dallas. Big loss, almost 6.
Valley View's defense is really aroused. They're getting off the ball. You can see that Robbie Turtle at that time from his linebacker position.
Treon Jones, too.
Treon Jones. And they're swarming to the football.
Well, Valley View, made it look so easy in the first meeting. You don't want to say they took them lightly in that first series, but maybe they did. But maybe it also woke up the Cougars a little bit on this Sunday night. Coach Manello's going to keep with that running game. Kelly back about 3, so 3rd and long now facing.
Well, that interception may have just created a little bit of anxiety for the Dallas coaching staff. It's third and about 12 or 13 at this point, so we should see a pass here, perhaps a screen or a draw.
Toyota key to the game for the Cougars, and coach wants them to be physical. That's what they're doing right now. They were pushed around in the first series with the Cougars. But since then this defensive line has been doing the pushing back. Trying to hit Farrell, his tight end. He overthrew him.
A lot of pressure in the part of Kyler Rosina. It's difficult to pass the football when you're under constant pressure. You look at every level, whether it's the high school, college, or the professional ranks. When you can get pressure on the quarterback and he doesn't get his feet set, he's not going to be nearly as accurate as you'd like him to be.
Lukasevich in his last 3 passes, 1 interception, and all gone incomplete. Coach Manello looking at that sheet of plays. Anderson, nice punt. Zach Coughlin was 40. Up inside Mountaineer territory, pushed out of bounds, but excellent field position for the Cougars inside Dallas territory. Let's call it the 38.
I know the Cougars work very diligently on their punt returns. Here you'll see Alex Afkoff. You see a good block there, makes a nice cut to the boundary, and puts Valley View in great field position at their Dallas 39-yard line.
In the eye they go. Porter starts that play action. Looking down the middle, no one there. No one on that side, so Boone's gonna have to keep it. Great move by Boone up inside the 25, gain of 15.
He is so dangerous. You get him running around in the football field. He just makes plays. He reminds me of a young Michael Vick.
And that's what Valley View has really done this year. If he has nobody was on that side to throw to.
You see balance there, speed, agility.
These two teams met in 2011 down in Dallas. Valley View won that 18-12. Dallas strings it out. Quarters puts his head down, still picks up 6. Here now some impact players from Valley View, courtesy of Cam Graphics and Advertising. We saw Jones on the defensive side work his magic. Duffy and Schnippes.
John Schnippes, as the left offensive tackle, has had a tremendous year. He's only a junior, I believe. He's played very, very well. Again, it's hard to single out any of those 5 offensive linemen, but he certainly has been stellar in his performances.
Once you get this Valley View offense rolling, it's tough to stop them. Cougars going to call a timeout, 4:42 left.
Cam Graphics is your #1 source in northeastern Pennsylvania for screen print, embroidery, printing, and more. High quality and customer service is our specialty. For a free consultation and quote, contact us today or check us out on Facebook.
Considering it's cold out and considering the snow we've had, and you can see a lot of it around the stadium here, pretty decent crowd.
There is.
Turnout.
There is. The Cougars travel pretty well when they're going well, and there's the community certainly behind it, as evidenced by the people who came to shovel the snow.
Well, absolutely. The people that came to watch them at Berwick last year when they upset the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Coach Awanas has done a great job of kind of meshing the community or the team into the community. He does a lot of things that some people don't recognize.
And both these teams enriched in football tradition through the years. Boone the keeper. They had him. They had him twice. He gets out of 2 tackles. First and goal, Valley View from the 5.
Do you think, Bob, that he plays like a first-year quarterback?
No, he doesn't. He has great vision.
He's very athletic.
Gash, he just missed him.
Very, very athletic. He's
And Motley.
tough. He's tough.
Volley's wrapped up by 3 or 4. Dallas Mountaineers, but he gained 13. That time that was red. Dylan Schuster shoots in.
Dylan Schuster did a nice job coming off the edge that time. He was unblocked. Here you'll see him. There he comes. He's the cornerback.
Schuster just a junior. He'll be back next season, and that's one thing with Dallas.
Very young.
Very young. Still young.
Eight seniors, I believe, on the roster. So things certainly look great for the future of Dallas football.
Even Starbeck, their starting quarterback, who was lost, he's a junior. This is quarterback all the way until he flips it to Duplessis. It's a Manuka Subaru touchdown, I think. It is. Dallas is complaining that he went over the line of scrimmage, and we'll see that here. The 5 is the line of scrimmage. No, he left it go. He almost took his head off, too. Goes down as a 5-yard pass.
Janasa Boone shows tremendous ability. Poise, doesn't seem to crack under pressure.
Another PAT and 28 now unanswered for Valley View.
How do you defend that X factor? Here you'll see him again, goes to his left, encounters 3 Dallas defenders and just flicks the ball to Jade Duplessis in the corner of the end zone.
They're making it look easy now. That was 5 plays, 62 yards.
It reminds me a little bit of the West Scranton game that I watched last week. It was 7-6, and then by the end of the first half, it was 49-6. Jaden Duplessis has had a very, very great game up to this particular point. Very much an impact player.
They've scored on every possession they've had. Motley Moransky back to receive another one. Again, Motley from his goal line. Nice return, combs the tackle up to the 28.
Dallas is going to have to mount some type of an offense here. With the 3:19 to go in the quarter.
Here's what Dallas did do through the season. I mean, they've been building up through this for this season for the last 3 years. Really since Coach Manello took over, some big wins in there, but that loss is looming large. Go to the next page, and you know they did some decent work in the playoffs. Honesdale gave them a nice game though. And then last week, overtime win, 3-0. Savage chased and taken down by number 67, Kevin Duffy, his 6th sack of the season.
Valley View's pass rush is relentless. And again, you have a young quarterback who's being flushed out of the pocket here, running for his life.
13-yard loss. And they went to the right exclusively pretty much in that first series.
They did.
And since then, Valley View's seen that now too much. They know that's the only way he can throw the ball. Illegal motion on the Mountaineers. They'll back them up.
Valley View showed a possible blitz that time, and then they dropped out of that blitz, and I don't know whether the young quarterback was trying to change the play or not.
As Coach Manello, of course, 17 seasons as the Kings college coach, really started that program in the early 90s.
He did a great job of building that program, Bob.
Yeah, they did win an MAC title in there around 2000s. The line now just not getting any movement up front for Dallas.
Valley View's defensive line, they're not big, but they're quick. They're very strong. They managed to penetrate and recreate the line of scrimmage on the other side of the football.
Now you can see the body language changing now for the Dallas Mountaineers. They're kind of just walking back and a couple heads down.
You know, Tyler Schwartz, number 71, is a freshman, 6'3", 255 pounds. He's gotten a lot of playing time over the last half of the season.
Comes the blitz. Jones gets him short of the goal line. Dallas will punt from there, about the 1 foot line, and that's what you have to do with Trayon Jones. You got to know where he's coming from.
He is, he's very diminutive. It's no size at all, except he comes from all different angles. He's got great quickness. He's had an outstanding year as one of the best linebackers in the Lackawanna Football Conference.
Call timeout. It's a Keystone College timeout called by the Cougars. And I believe that the irony is this year with Valley View is that in 1992 when they won the state title, the same thing happened with the snow days. They had to play this game like 3 days after.
Yes.
So, you know, the Cougar fans are thinking back.
You know who the quarterback was in that?
Yes, it was George Hwanitz. I was at that game too. I was at the state final game as well. Maybe an omen for Valley View if they could pull this one out. Imhotep Charter awaiting them.
And they're here scouting, Bob.
Well, they should be, right? So Anderson right next to the snow pile. He steps out to save.
I didn't think anything would make Michael Anderson look small. That snowbank does.
Quick kick. Valley View will get good field position. Couldn't get everything into it.
On the less than the 30-yard line, it appears.
Let's see where they mark it. Inside the 30, about a 28-yard kick. Valley View will have it, 1:14 left, 1 timeout remaining, and 29 yards to go.
Plenty of time for the Cougars offense.
Four wide out look for Valley View. Get out to Zapkov, trying to get a block. Loses the ball. Still knocked around, goes out of bounds. It will remain Cougar ball.
And it stops the clock.
17, yep.
And this is just a bubble screen out to Zapkov. Breaks one tackle there, drops the football. An opportunity for Dallas to pick it up.
12-yard gain. As Coach mentioned, clock stops. 1:05 left in the half. But all Valley View since the opening possession when Dallas scored. Boone looking. They're going to give him the reception. They do is that Duplessis again. Came back to the ball. Caught it at the 7. 1st and goal, Valley View.
Janasa has that ability to extend plays, and the receivers, again, Bob, I've said this over and over again, they've been coached well. They can back out of their routes and come back towards the football and give Janasa a good target.
He went out of bounds as well. Fumbled snap. And Schuster there brings down Boone. Valley View's got to get to the line of scrimmage quickly. They still have timeout left. Lost some yardage. Boone just came out of his stance too early.
Yeah, it looked like there was not a clean exchange between the center and Janasa.
So they call the timeout.
So the Cougars have no timeouts left.
Well, we talked about the tradition of the Valley View Cougars. They won that state title 1992. They won the district title in AAA in 2011, the district title 2017, and won a couple Eastern Conferences championships as well.
The one thing that the 2011 team has in common with this team here is the kids of great character, I can tell you that much. Those young men back in 2011 were very selfless and very talented.
Oh, the backfield, they find Cordish wide open, and it's an easy Manuka Subaru touchdown for Valley View, 12 yards.
Tremendous call by Scott Wasilchak, the offensive coordinator for the Cougars. They faked that little RPO and just swung Cordish out of the backfield, and nobody picked him up. Here you'll see it. Fakes. And again, under some pressure, just shows some poise. What's interesting is the touch Janasa has. You've seen him fire the ball on a rope, and that one just kind of let it out nice and easy. Same thing when he flipped it to Duplessis in the previous touchdown.
Remember, Boone is just a junior. Another PAT and is up is through. 35-7 the score. 3 timeouts left for Dallas. Here's the touchdown again. Coming right at you. He didn't even have to look. He knew he was there.
Yes.
$35 straight for Valley View, and they've
give credit to the Valley View defense, because the first series, the Mountaineers were able to go 80 yards, good balance between throwing the football and Lenny Kelly running the football. It certainly got Valley View's defense's attention, and from that point on, I'm not sure that the Mountaineers have had more than 1 or 2 first downs.
Dallas did beat Valley View in 1999 for the district title. And as you saw at the bottom of that last screen, Valley View beat Dallas in the Eastern Conference. That helped them get to the state championship. And back then, the district champion didn't go to the playoffs.
Right.
It was, I don't know what they did. I can't remember what they did. I know it was either Eastern Conference or it was district champion if you have a better record. Or
that's what it was.
Another big kick, Motley again from his goal line. Or is this Moransky this time? I can't see. It is Motley, up to the 25.
Hey, if you haven't looked out the window, the snow is here. And if you're looking for a reliable, friendly, and professional snow removal service, contact Northeast Outdoor Services. Residential and commercial snow removal. Call area code 570-766-3532 before the next storm, or find us on Facebook.
Coming up at the half, we'll check in with the Keystone College head football coach. Paul Grippy has an interesting story about the Cougars and what they do with some of their time. And that's coming up at the half. Stan and I will have some highlights and stats as well.
And I think that's going to be the half. Dallas is going to have to go into that locker room and regroup. And remember, Valley View is getting the football.
They do get the third quarter kickoff. George Hawanitz and Paul Grippy are attached at the hip. They're high fives for the players. Let's see what Paul and Coach have to say. Mr. Grippy, you're with Mr. Hawanitz.
Okay, Coach, a lot of good half talk coming here at the end of the second quarter. What did you like about the way your team executed?
Well,
there?
we played with a lot of intensity. We were, when you could put 35 up and a half against a good team like this, I think it makes life for the defense and special teams a heck of a lot easier.
How will you get them to concentrate and focus?
Oh, they'll be ready. You don't have to worry about that. They'll be concentrated. They'll be focused.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach. Good luck. Bob, that was a powerful first half for Valley View, but they still have 24 minutes to go.
Well, Dallas needs to make some adjustments. Valley View just has to hang on for back-to-back district titles. We'll have our halftime show coming up shortly, and at the half, all Valley View.
Friday Night Rivals is brought to you by Toyota, Let's Go Places, Luzerne County Community College, Keystone College, and Manuka Subaru.
A year from now, the turf field at Keystone College will look a lot different than it does today. There'll be lines for football and hopefully goalposts right here at Keystone College. And joining me right now is the new head football coach, Justin Higgins. And Coach, every time you think about what it's going to be here next year, do you get excited?
Oh, a lot of excitement. Obviously, you mentioned the expansion with the stadium and facilities, but players on the field, coaches on the sideline. I know we're eager to get out there and coach them up and obviously put a good product on the field and get some opponents in and get to play another team.
What other plans do you have for up here at the field?
Yeah, so obviously facility-wise in general, once you add football, you want to be able to expand. So going to have a brand new weight room, new locker room complex off one end zone, which is going to have our lockers in it as well as various other teams, here at Keystone, their locker rooms, athletic trainers. So it's going to be a real nice facility. And then we're going to expand stadium, bleachers, press box as well over the next few years. So a lot of good stuff going on.
We're up here in the fall, and leaves aren't changed yet, but this is a beautiful area to watch a football game from, what it's going to look like. The whole atmosphere is going to be great, don't you think?
Oh, outstanding. I mean, Keystone in the fall represents fall. When you think fall, it's football season. Yep. So, that's number one. You take a glance around all the area and where we're at campus. I mean, just what a great location to play and how things echo out over the, surrounding areas. Saturdays are going to be a good day, that's for sure.
What are you doing now with your time? You're recruiting, right?
Recruiting, absolutely. We have no players yet on the field, so we need them. Absolutely. We're getting out a lot of areas that we're hitting. Obviously, PA has great football, and we want to make sure that we start locally and hit locally. But even as we stretch to other parts of PA, the eastern PA, central PA, and we'll get out of state as well, New York, New Jersey, some of the surrounding areas. So really getting out there, getting our name out. Great response so far, and we're looking to continue.
What type of student athlete are you looking for here at Keystone?
Obviously, we want that hard worker, great character kid, and especially as we look to kind of build the football program. But even when you look at our other athletics and our student body in general, we're very driven on making sure that our students get the degree they want coming in. So we want that goal-oriented student. We do a great job here. Our faculty does a great job. We have small classroom sizes that really enhances that development right away. And we're going to make sure that they come out in their 4 years and start in the career that they want.
Well, that may be attracting you here. Why did you choose to be the next football coach at Keystone?
I think when I got offered, I just knew that this was going to be the place. It's been a great area. People have been great. They've been welcome, myself, my family here. Obviously, football's big, and they really feel strongly about it, and we have great administrative support. But when you look at our campus in general and just what we do for the students, when you talk about the professors and the other faculty and the staff here, it's just a huge, close-knit group, and we have a lot of great programs here on campus as well. I mean, a student doesn't have to pay for a textbook here at Keystone. I mean, what a great thing, as well as our Keystone commitment, which we help repay student loans, parent loans as you come out, if need be. So, again, just great options for students, not only during their time here, but we're also going to make sure they get landing in the right direction when they get out.
Tell people your background. What, 20 years in coaching now, and football before that, I'm sure.
Yeah, so next year will be my 20th year on the sideline, which is a great, landmark, and obviously being the first year here at Keystone. So I've had a chance to coach a variety of locations and great schools in the Northeast, starting back in my time at Ithaca College as a coach, and then I had a chance to branch out. I coached at Lehigh University, Seton Hill University in Western PA, I coached at Kane University in New Jersey, Utica College in New York, and most of my time and most recently spent at Morrisville State in New York as well.
I know recruiting's a grind, but I mean, I'm sure you love it, but do you miss being on the sidelines this year?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think any coach, you want to get on there, and we know how important recruiting is, and obviously it's something we want to bring in those right guys to help build the foundation, but we're itching. We want football. We want to get on the sideline, but it'll come soon enough. We're excited, and next August 2019 will be here before we know it.
In August 2019, September, what kind of schedule are you going to play?
All right, so we're going to play a sub-varsity schedule where we're going to get a chance to play a mixture of teams. We want to make sure we give our guys in that first year, that developmental year, a good opportunity to develop on the field. So we're going to play a mixture. We're going to play some varsity opponents, some JV opponents, and get a chance to really get us on the field and learn how to play together and learn how to play competitively. And then 2020 will be full varsity conference year.
Appreciate the time. Good luck, okay? We're at halftime of our game, and we'll be right back after this.
Halftime at John Hensitz Veterans Memorial Stadium sees the Hote team, Valley View Cougars, leading Dallas 35-7 in the District 2 4A Championship. I think Valley View is going to push for Sunday night games from now on. Well, I'm joined by a coach for the Valley View football team, and she doesn't look like all the other coaches, and I'm going to call her the first female football coach in District 2 history. She is Talia Walsh, and she has a special kind of coaching. She is the yoga coach for the Valley View football team. Now, I guess not too many high school athletes do yoga. You hear about the pros doing it, but what's the story? How did the Valley View football team get started in doing yoga?
Yeah, so their coaches reached out to me to try to make it a part of their regular training throughout the entire year. So it's not just in season, it's off season as well, but more for injury prevention, increased mobility, increased core strength specifically, but just to help them on and off the field throughout the entire year.
Okay, and you operate out of Quest Studios in Jessup, but oftentimes come down here to the stadium and work with the players, and yoga class for them is on Monday. But how can yoga actually help a football player?
So a lot of their quick movements, they go from stationary to fast movement. The power and the strength that they get from their strength movements in yoga helps them a ton. Their mobility to be able to get, if they're in the bottom of a pile-up, to be able to maneuver in the bottoms of those pile-ups, so mobility is huge for them. Injury prevention especially, so for ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, it's important just for them to have that mobility more than they would have if they didn't stretch regularly.
For a long time now, yoga had the reputation that it's only for women. So was it hard to get the guys to come out and get involved and enthusiastic about this, or they jump right in?
They learn real quick. They think, oh, that's easy, it's for girls, and then I'm showing them stuff that I want them to do, and they're like, you're crazy. So they're really open to it. They're great young men, and they're very respectful, and they train hard, they work hard, they try hard at what I'm trying to throw at them, and we give them things to do just in their class and to do during the week and then to do before the game, after the game, just to keep them fresh and safe.
Yoga's very mental too, and it's about calming and relaxing, whereas football is a high intensity, mentally peak kind of sport. How did you combine the two, or how do you make the two fit together?
In a yoga class in general, if you go to a studio, that's what we do. We work at your strength and mobility, but we also work at mindfulness and breathing and meditation, so we incorporate that with them as well. So I think they're very receptive to it. They use it. We kind of teach them how to use that on and off the field in school, before tests, before you're getting ready to come out on the field before a game. So it's helping them to kind of refocus and de-stress.
But just in general, yoga is very popular, and it used to be kind of a mental thing, but now people are doing it for, I guess, reasons of rehab and just to complement other parts of athletics. Like, how can yoga be incorporated with any other kind of sport training?
Yoga is probably, I might be biased, but I say it's the best cross training. So we specify the yoga training program for them to correlate with the strength training program they're doing that week, to focus on the drills that they're working on that week, so that they're mobile and they're safe for what they're doing, but we're able to teach them how does that correlate to the everyday movements that they're doing, not just a stretch.
Okay, so Talia Walsh from Quest Studios in Jessup. Valley View undefeated this year, well on their way to a district championship tonight. How much credit is your yoga classes taking for that?
I can't take all of it. They're great kids. They're doing great, but I would say they have the least amount of injuries in the last 2 years, and they've had a long time. So
that's right.
I'll take credit for that.
This would be their second district championship in a row. They have 12 wins now. I'm going to give you credit for about 6 of those wins this year. So let's say that. All right. So thank you very much for joining us. Talia Walsh from Quest Studio. Again, the first female football coach in the district. Let's give her that title. And we'll be back with the third quarter right after this on MyTV WQMY.
We're back at Valley View. The Cougars stretching, have their lead 35-7. Paul gripping down on the field, trying to get to Coach Rich Manella. Let's go down to Paul right now.
Oh, okay, we're getting hit by the banners here. Coach, you're in a bit of a hole here. What did you tell your team at the halftime to get them back in?
We just got to dig out one play at a time. We got to get lined up. We got to match their physicality at this point. We haven't done it. We had a good drive in the first drive, and then we got to be able to go back to that stuff and play consistently.
Okay, thanks a lot, Coach. Good luck in the second half. And Bob, Valley View will get the ball to start the third.
That they will, Paul, and they did get a 13-play, 80-yard drive. Coach Stan Kaharski. Since then, minus 25 yards of offense for Dallas. What do you have to do? First, you have to stop Valley View in the first possession.
That's going to be a task. I don't know what changes they're going to make. Bob, I don't hate to be redundant, but Janasa Boone is just, he's a different type of kid, athletic and things like that. And he's challenging the Dallas defense. He gets on the edge, and whether he throws it or he's going to run it, he's been very effective. But Dallas is not going to quit. But Richie Manello is a great coach. Those kids are going to come out, and they're going to give him everything that they can.
Let's take a look at the first half highlights. As we mentioned, Dallas took the opening possession, 13 plays, 80 yards. It was capped by Lucas Savage to
Schuster.
No, that's Danny Muser with the touchdown, and 7-0. But then Valley View went to work. Boone with the touchdown of a couple yards. Then the interception by Duplessis took that 20 yards, and that was a pretty big turnaround right there.
Lukasevich never saw the safety, and that's Jaden Duplessis. He stepped right in front of that pass that was intended for the receiver. And then here we see a second one where there's a little bit of a roll to Janasa Boone's left, and he throws that bullet.
Second half kickoff underway. Zafkov from about his 14-yard line. Give you a couple of stats now from the first half. Valley View has run 27 plays for 195 yards. Boone is 6 of 6 through the air, 65 yards, 3 touchdowns. He has 59 yards rushing. Cordish has carried the ball 11 times for 51 yards. Duplessis has caught 4 passes for 41 yards and 2 touchdowns. Now, if you're Dallas, it starts up front, doesn't it?
It does. The offensive line of Valley View has managed to have the better of the defensive front. And that's a just trap to the fullback, to Noto. And again, that's just one of the staples of Valley View's offense. Periodically, they'll give the fullback an opportunity to run that quick trap.
Try to catch them off guard. That was Noto. The sophomore, 5'11", 205 pounds. Dallas in the white jerseys, Valley View in the home blue with the Cougar paw on him. Back to Cordish. Gets a nice push from Schnippis. He brings it up. Third down, about 6 coming.
Now that's a big down for Dallas. If they can get a stop here and get the ball back and hopefully be able to establish some kind of an offense and move the ball down the field to get back a little bit closer to Valley View.
One play at a time. That's what you have to do if you're Dallas.
Yeah, you can't. There's no such thing as a 30-point play that you can have. It's something that you just have to be persistent at and be resilient and do the best that you possibly can to slow this Valley View offense down.
Unlike the first meeting, when you tell us about it, and you were there.
Yeah,
not a lot of penalties.
No, which is delightful.
But a quick timeout called by the Cougars.
again, the difference between a lot of penalties and you know, not necessarily a large amount is the pace of the game, the rhythm of the game. And that certainly has helped Valley View in terms of their ability to get to the football, snap the ball, and run their plays. Dallas has got to find that same rhythm.
Keystone College timeout. Let's take a look at the Cougar schedule. As we said, a lot of W's up there. Western Wayne had a very good team this year. Prep, the closest game, and Prep, congratulations to them. They won the 3A title yesterday. As we move on over to the second page, and you know, pretty much the same thing as we expected. Some big wins and put up 61 on West. They
did. Again, it was a resounding victory on the part of the Cougars, and as I think we've said this before, the starters didn't play a single play in the second half of that game. It was 49-6 at halftime.
That was 8 days ago. Boone the carry. Dallas is there. They're going to string him out. Out the 34. It's going to be short. So Dallas does what they needed to do. They stop Valley View. You expect them to punt here, coming right at you.
There was a counter play for the quarterback. Again, those are the types of plays most teams don't have in their repertoire. With Valley View, you have a very mobile quarterback who can make plays with his feet. Kowalczyk is back to punt, Bob.
It is number 11, Zach Kowalczyk. First punt of the evening. Should be Moransky and Motley back to receive. Dallas should get decent field position out of this. High snap, but brought in. Oh, it hit a Dallas player. It hit a Dallas player on his foot, Gashi. It's recovered by Valley View. Jordan Consoretti. Yep.
Boy, that hurts. So you have a good stop here on the first series, and inadvertently that ball hits the Dallas returner. It's an effective punt. Good coverage by Consoretti. There it is.
Yeah, it just hit Gashi in the leg. He just took a wicked bounce. So Valley View has it at the Dallas 29. Back to Cordish they go. Good job by the Mountaineers at the line of scrimmage.
Well, these first 4 plays in this half on the part of the Dallas defense have been very effective.
Well, it's a defense that came in giving up just 66 yards rushing per game.
They've done a pretty good job. They've done a pretty good job with Mason Cordish. You know, at this point in some games, he's been over 120, 130 yards.
Yeah, but it's been Boone with his legs and his arm that's really been the difference. Boone back, pump fake, goes over the middle. Threw it behind. Who's that? Hawanitz?
No, it's Kowalczyk.
Kowalczyk.
He gets down and gets his hands underneath the football and makes an outstanding catch.
Great catch is the 7th of the season for the sophomore. Kowalczyk had 3 catches against Scranton Prep this year for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. And he's the second wide receiver of the game just to catch a pass. Mostly been Duplessis tonight.
Valley View's going to have to hurry up here.
Cordish tripped up.
Again, that was that counter tray to run to the left. Both the right guard and right tackle pull. Here you'll see it.
Jacob Esposito, the first.
And Durkin pull. Nice job by the Dallas front. And
that was Esposito from safety position. The junior tripped him up. So second down now. They're Valley View once again in the Manuka Subaru red zone. Got a break on the punt. Play action. Over the middle, a lot of traffic there.
There was. There wasn't a man open at all. It was a dangerous pass that Boone threw.
Yes, Safkoff and Hawanitz in the area. So third down now facing Valley View.
try to just get that into Savkoff, and there was underneath coverage and some people behind the intended receiver.
Oh,
is this,
limping is Connor Judge, the starting center.
Well, he didn't play against West Scranton because of that. I believe it was an ankle injury.
And you see it's heavily wrapped, that left ankle. Maybe a time now with a big lead to get him out of there. You'll need him next week if you're going to face Imhotep. So we have a stoppage of play on the field. Injured player. We'll take a quick timeout here on My TV. On third down, Cordish gets taken back by Kelly in there. A host of other players include Xander Shaner. So fourth down now. Here you look at the third down play.
They got a push, but again, Dallas is getting off the blocks. That was Michael Anderson to get off it, and then Lenny Kelly was in there to stop Cordish.
Sean Cuba had a hand on him. So fourth down from the 6 for Valley View. They can get a first down. Over the middle. Tight end is wide open.
Kyler Rosina.
Rosina in for his first touchdown of the season.
Well-designed play. Spread them out. Went to a trips to the left. Wide receiver to the right. And just dropped the ball off to the tight end.
Boone didn't have to do anything. Nope. Just flip it. They didn't have to wind up or do even look like he's throwing a pass.
Right. Connor Judge had to come out of the game, Bob, with that ankle. Bob Ferraro, a junior at 6'1", 255, came in and replaced him.
And did a nice job. Got him the ball.
Well, that'll put the mercy rule in effect.
That will put, as Coach said, the moving clock the rest of the way. Here's this touchdown.
Well, somebody's responsible for that receiver. If they're in any kind of a man defense, you just can't let the tight end free release into the end zone like that.
Officially goes down as a 29-yard drive, 6 plays. All set up by the punt that hit a Dallas player. And it became a live ball. Consaretti recovered for Valley View. And that's where we stand.
I would assume that's Rosina's first touchdown.
It is. I said that. You don't listen? It is his first touchdown. It's only his second catch of the season. But he could be a big weapon in the playoffs if you don't pay attention to him. He's a big...
Well, again, they shifted, took the 2 wide receivers out to the bench side, Dallas bench side of the football field. And nobody paid attention to the fullback, or excuse me, the tight end.
The 4th touchdown pass of the night for Boone. If anything, Valley View is showing the Imhotep coaches they have a lot of weapons. Who do you take out? I mean, Dallas has basically taken out Cordish for the most part, but Boone's killed him.
They have.
You try to take out Boone's legs, Cordish can gap you. So who knows what you do? Motley from his 5.
Well, I think if you have a defense that has a lot of quickness, it'll give Valley View a little bit more trouble. But trying to contain Boone is very difficult. Cam Graphics is your #1 source in northeastern Pennsylvania for screen print, embroidery printing, and more. High quality and customer service is our specialty. For a free consultation and quote, contact us today or check us out on Facebook.
Sunday night version of Friday Night Rivals, Bob Ide, Stan Koharski, and Paul Grippy, as Trayon Jones does what Trayon Jones does. Yes.
You take a look at him, Bob. There's, as a linebacker, you expect linebackers to be a little bit bigger, but his quickness is his forte. There's no question about that. He gets off the football. He comes from all different angles. And, of course, teams in the Lackawanna Conference, as well as teams in this playoff race, have to be aware of where he is all the time.
came in with 18 tackles for a loss on the season. He's got a couple here tonight already. They fake it. Savage completes the pass out to Delgado.
And the quarterback is down.
And
Lucas Savage is...
he's down. He got hit pretty hard, huh?
Yes.
I didn't see behind the play, but I know somebody had him.
He's not the only one. Number 23 as well. Luke Delgado is limping.
I don't know if we can see Lucas Savage get hit. He was being pressured from the outside.
Well, he's going to have to come out of play.
The backup is Jacob Esposito, number 17, the starting strong safety. He's a junior. He's taking some snaps on the sidelines. Coach Spinello worried. He already lost his first 2 quarterbacks. Michael Starbuck and R.J. Wren, and Lucas Savage is up, looks pretty good. Maybe get back in this game.
Yeah, he doesn't look any worse to where he may just have gotten the wind knocked out of him.
What was it? Completed pass. So 3rd and about 5 coming up.
And they went back to what they did that first series in the first quarter. They ran a deep outcut or a comeback type route on the part of the receiver. Took the quarterback out of the pocket, so there was a little bit less pressure on him, although he got hit pretty hard after he released the football.
I'm surprised we haven't seen Lenny Kelly in the Wildcat as much tonight. They did it a little bit last week.
You're right, and I expected to see a little bit more of that.
He's been in the eye most of the time. Here comes the pressure. Oh, they get it out to Muser. They complete the pass up to the 45-yard line. 14-yard gain for Dallas.
Their playbook hasn't changed much. In the film that we've watched, Bob, most of their pass game is play action. And whether it was Michael Starbuck, who was a left-handed thrower, and now we see that Lucas Savage is the same thing. A little play action out of the I formation.
Ready with a tackle. He had 63 coming in. Lucas Savage is back in. Gonna go down the middle. Just tried to get Moransky, but it was a little short.
Yeah,
he had him though.
He did. It was wide open. He just underthrew the ball. Again, play action.
A little wobbly and a little bit of a wind out there, but not much.
No.
Not enough to make that ball do anything.
Again, I'm not sure he had his feet set the way that he needed to get some good accuracy on that pass. Hence it wobbled. He's throwing it a little bit more off his back foot than he should be. Valley View is in a cover 2 defense, and they're Trayon Jones. He's going to come off the edge here.
They pick him up, but they can't block him.
He just ran right through the back trying to pick him up.
And is that Kelly who tried to pick him up, who's still down? I don't know if he got a hand in the face or something, but Trayon Jones is in the backfield again. Look at it again. Nope, it's Muser.
That quickness is something you just have to be able to adjust to. And the thing is, Trayon is coming off either side. Coach Tawanis has done a great job in designing his defense. And again, he's very aggressive, a lot of stunts, a lot of blitzes on the part of the linebackers. And it's tough for offensive linemen to pick that up.
Muser has the only touchdown of the night for Dallas. That was a pass from Lucas Savage in that first quarter opening possession. Dallas opened the game with a nice drive, led 7-0, but since then it's been all Cougars in Valley View. In Dallas, you know, you talk about the Valley View tradition, Dallas has it as well. Coach Jackson down there for years did a fantastic job. They won the state championship in 1993, the AA district title in 93 and 94, AAA title in 99, many Eastern Conference titles. And now it's coming back. It was down there for a little while. A big school, you should find a lot of athletes they have. Coach Manello has brought some life back to it. And for him, it all starts in the weight room. When you talk to him, He gets the guys in the weight room a lot.
High school football has changed dramatically over the last number of decades. It's a full year's commitment, and you have to be in that weight room.
Again, very young team, just 8 seniors on Dallas. They'll be back next year, no doubt. This is Lucas Savage. Takes a big hit over there by Combs.
I spoke to Coach Manello before the game, and he had high praise for Lucas Savage. He said the kid is devoted. He's been in the weight room, worked very hard to improve his skill set.
You see being chased.
Ryan Turlip just
almost taken down.
And there's Chase Combs, puts a good hit. That's Gage Bennett.
So a 4th and 15. Anderson will come out to punt. Again, a running clock here with a 35-point lead. And Anderson, he can go anywhere as a punter. I tell you what, he's a 300-pound kid, and you keep saying the biggest punter you've ever seen.
He is.
But he's a good punter.
He must be very athletic. It's not easy to punt.
No.
Especially when you're that big. Hey, if you haven't looked out the window, the snow is here. And if you're looking for a reliable, friendly, and professional snow removal service, contact Northeast Outdoor Services, residential and commercial snow removal. Call area code 570-766-3532 before the next storm, or find us on Facebook.
The storm was here. The community has come out in Valley View. They brought their shovels, their hard work, their muscles, their heart, and everything, and they got this field cleared. It took a couple days, but we were playing football here on Sunday night.
We are. It's one of the advantages of having an artificial surface. You can deal with bad weather a lot more effectively than if you have a grass field, especially at this time of the year when it's been played on.
Well, we were heard about maybe some precipitation tonight. Haven't seen anything, thank goodness. A nice crowd here, bundled up. Temperature in the 30s. Not too bad out. Good showing for Dallas on the opposite side. And remember, kids, it is a school night. Short week, though, with Thanksgiving coming as Mason comes up. You know, but Dallas, we talked about the 8 seniors. They're going to be there next year. They may be the favorite. Valley View, of course, is going to be there. Boone's back. They get some linemen, which they have some good depth. Berwick.
Well, this has been a great experience for the Mountaineers. They're 11-1, is that correct?
Yeah.
They're 11-1. They've beaten Berwick twice this year. They certainly are up and coming, and like we said, only 8 seniors on the roster. So I'm sure Coach Manello is looking forward to next year.
Safkoff gets a block, frees up Cordish a little bit.
That was a crackback block by Alex Safkoff. He's able to establish an edge, and Mason Cordish was able to, here you'll see him come down. Nice spin move.
Took out Gashi, yeah.
Cordish is low to the ground. Keeps those hips in good position.
He's not a big kid.
No. But he's strong.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's quick.
The thing I've liked about him, I've said this all year, is his ability to finish his runs.
Quarterback sneak. Couple yards for Boone. We'll have to see how long now they keep them in there. You don't want any injuries now.
No.
Under a minute to play in the 3rd quarter. Boone again.
Again, we see that Michael Sebastianelli is pulling on that play, the right guard. Brian Durkin just exits the game. He's played the whole season with an injured knee. He's had a very, very effective year.
Play action. Boone's going to go for it all, and they're making it look easy. It's a Manuka Subaru touchdown for Jaden Duplessis.
That touchdown number 3.
60 yards through the air. Yes, it is.
A little bit of a play action. Lets it fly. Beats number 24, the cornerback, Christian Motley.
Yep.
He just ran right by him, Bob.
I was more impressed with the pass because it was a dart and it was on there.
Listen, when you have a runner like Cordish, you know, that's your bread and butter. But trust me, I've seen Janasa Boone all year, and he has the ability to really put some velocity on the ball. He's accurate. Like I said, in the first game against the Mountaineers, he was 9 for 11, and in this game, he hasn't missed too often. This will probably be the last game on this field for the Cougars.
Yes.
They'll move forward in a neutral site. So what a way for these seniors to go out before their home crowd.
And remember, last year they won the district title in Berwick.
Yes.
So they're doing it in front of the crowd here, an experience, maybe get 2 in a row, first time in school history that's happened. And they have things rolling, no doubt. Now the game with Imhotep will be in a District 2 site. You know, you would think either Hazelton, Valley West, somewhere like that along in District 2 though. So that might help Valley View a little bit. They're going to get the fan support. But it's a short week.
We'll probably know something by tomorrow.
Oh
perhaps.
yeah, absolutely. I think this looks like the last game in the state playoffs for the weekend.
My son Chris told me that there's some teams playing tomorrow.
I did not see that.
Out in the District 7, perhaps, one of the other districts that he thinks that there's 2 games being played tomorrow because of the weather. Now, whether that's true or not.
Yes, that's true. A 1A game, Monday at 4. And I'll look through the schedule. We're going to give you some scores in the fourth quarter and talk about some of the state matchups coming up, including Scranton Prep in Montoursville. This is Motley with nice room. Christian Motley taken down at the 34-yard line.
Looks like there's a flag on the play.
Flag down, so we'll stay right here. It's the end of the quarter. See what the flag is first before we take our break. Ball's at the 34-yard line. Tom Finan, our referee tonight. And again, there haven't been that many penalties. They let them play a little bit.
And that creates a flow for the game.
Yeah.
Regardless of which team.
Let's get the call.
Personal foul, white, half the distance, first down, that's the quarter.
Thank you, sir. We'll take our break. 49-7 the score. Been all Cougars here tonight. A lot of dancing in the streets. Valley View out in front of Dallas, 49-7. Bob Ide, Stan Kaharski, Paul Grippy here. Friday Night Rivals, Sunday version. Thanks for joining us. You're watching some NFL today. Thank you for checking out some local high school football with us. Not a good day if you're an Eagles fan. Pretty good day if you're a Giants fan and Steeler fan.
There have been mass changes on defense for the Valley View Cougars. I'm not sure that they've got any of their starters still in the game.
Lucas Savage to LaGaudio.
Yeah, it's a completely different defensive unit that the Cougars have on the field.
Bullock with the tackle, number 30. No, is that 30 or 30? 32.
30 was the tackle.
Yep. Noah Clifford had the ball more momentarily as Rich Manello is looking on. And, you know, we talked about early on, Lucas Savage goes down.
Well, at least on these first 2 downs, there hasn't been a drop-off on the intensity of the Valley View defense.
Matt Smith We talked before the game and a lot about the District 4 3A championship game last night. Montoursville won the game 32-0.
Yeah.
Danville beat them in the regular season. What was it, 56?
52-26.
52-26. So it's tough to play teams twice in a season.
It is, and I spoke before this game about that. I'm perplexed because we saw Danville early in the year for their first loss, but they wound up being 10-2 and soundly defeated Montoursville, and yet here they don't score. And they've got some great talent in their skill positions.
And you said that to Coach Manello, because Dallas, the way they came out in this game as the ball's dropped, it looked like we might have ourselves a game.
Absolutely, and that was, people asked me, well, how do you think the Cougars are going to make out in the second game? And I said, well, I really don't know. I said, there's always that possibility that teams can make adjustments. But again, Valley View is very talented.
Yes.
I don't think that there's a phase of the game that they have glaring weaknesses that you can attack. It's
another great punt by Michael Anderson. Taken by Kudrich. Mark Kudrich, number 14 at the 35. That kid's going to have to put on a basketball uniform quickly.
This holiday, leave the dessert baking to Perkins. Perkins is celebrating 60 years of baking pies. Here is only some of your choices: pumpkin, lemon meringue, homestyle apple, cherry, wild berry, chocolate French silk, coconut cream, caramel apple, pecan, banana cream, Heath crunch cheesecake, fudge brownies.
Yes.
I'm getting a little hungry, Bob.
I'm just thinking about it. I'm starving. So locations are in Scranton?
They're in Scranton, Pittston, Tunkhannock, Wilkes-Barre, Mount Pocono, Hazleton, Bloomsburg, and many more local locations.
And if you invite Stan and I to the game, to your Thanksgiving dinner, invite us.
Like
we'll bring the pie. We'll bring the pie.
We'll bring the pie. I think they provided some for our staff earlier today, and unfortunately, I don't think they saved any for us, Bob.
I had one before the game. I snuck one in. You came up here. I snuck a piece of apple pie in, and I think there's a little bit left out there.
Our people in the truck, I'm sure, enjoyed them.
They should, because the people in the truck have done an awesome job today.
They've been
working on a Sunday.
Well, all year. They are tremendous professionals. They've done exemplary work here in all the games that I've done.
And this is the first time we can remember this one. We did a game with this much snow around the stadium. It was a little bit. It's a challenge for our crew today. Good defense by Dallas. As 23 Zach Manchak, the junior, carries the ball.
And Jordan Consaretti is in at quarterback. Jordan started the first game for the Cougars because of a little bit of a setback for Janasa Boone. They thought that they might have an extended absence of Janasa. Fortunately, he was able to recover from a slight illness that he had.
He started against Wallenpaupack, as you said.
Yeah. And again,
that was a big deal.
It was a big deal because Wallenpaupack, although they started 0-2, won 7 in a row after that.
And they won the 5A championship and the sub-regional, so congratulations to the Buckhorns. And Coach Mark Watson up there.
Yeah, they've had a great year. I'm really happy for Coach Watson. He works very, very hard. He's very enthusiastic about what he does, and they had a great season. Unfortunately, it came out a little short yesterday against Hollidaysburg.
Fourth down and 6.
So on fourth down, Valley View went for it, didn't make it. It'll be Dallas ball. We'll take our final timeout of the game. We're back in Peckville. It's been Valley View pretty much this whole game, getting set for their district championship. We're going to take a look at some scores locally. Dunmore lost to West Catholic 21-3. Wallenpaupack lost to Hollidaysburg Scranton Prep won the District 2 title, 47-19 over Lakeland. Jeff Wasilchak resigned after the game for the Chiefs. Lackawanna Trail all over Tri-Valley in the first round. Delaware Valley today lost to State College 56-19. Some more scores. The District 4 3A championship, we talked about that. Montoursville won that, coach, 32-0. Southern Columbia, another district title, maybe another state title, that's in the future. Pottsgrove beat Jersey Shore, and North Schuylkill lost to Conwell Egan. Some scores, well, let's go through some matchups as Dallas has the ball. Muser out in front. Dan Muser still on his feet. Nice gain by him, up to the 30.
I believe Dan Muser is the son of newly elected Congressman Dan Muser.
I believe you're correct. They have the same name, so one would assume. Let's take a look at this run again. That was some good running. Muser, just a sophomore. Again, the future is bright.
And again, for these second-teamers, so to speak, to get into this game in a district playoff game, it's really beneficial to them. Gives them a taste, it gets a hunger for them to work hard in the off-season.
There's a face mask as well, so before we give you some of the matchups and talk about that, let's see what Dallas can do here. Trying to add on to the score. Just about 5 minutes left in this one. Kelly still in the game, shoots through, up to the 15.
That was that counter tray. Again, you'll see the guard and tackle on the right side pull.
Kelly out in front is Muser. Inside the 5, first and goal Mountaineers.
Some people may ask, why is Lenny Kelly still in the game at this point? And from a coach's vantage point, this is your senior. This is a kid that's given you everything for the number of years he's been in your program. And to know that this is the last high school football game he's going to play, it's not easy to do that. He doesn't want to be on the sidelines until he...
Coach, I don't want to burst your bubble, but he's only a junior.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You counted 8 seniors.
And
I know you didn't, and he got a touchdown, Manuka Subaru touchdown for the junior Lenny Kelly.
Well, he'll be back.
He will be back.
And it's a good start with 1,600 yards. Did he play last year as a sophomore?
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
He did. And again, very young. As we look at the touchdown again. Dallas is going to, you know Coach Manello this week's going to have them in the weight room. And they're going to get back together, and they're going to circle a district championship on the calendar already, because they're going to be their goal.
It's good to have goals. It's good to have focus. As long as they're you're reaching beyond your grasp and they're realistic, and knowing that you have an 11-1 record going into this game and that you have most of your players back, that bodes well for Dallas in the future.
So a nice little drive for Dallas. Give them some positive going into the off-season. And there's 3:54 left. So the road to a state championship, coach, has started for some. It will continue this week. Lackawanna Trail's one of those teams. They'll play Halifax next week. They're in the top of the 1A bracket. In the 2A bracket, Southern Columbia will take on York Catholic as Southern goes for their 9th state championship, which is just amazing.
It's a machine down in Southern.
In the 3A bracket, Scranton Prep plays Montoursville, and that's an interesting game. That should be in District 2 somewhere.
And again, Montoursville expected to have a pretty good season, and certainly that's held up. Again, I'm still, you need to talk to your contacts down in District 4 and find out how that happened the other night against Danville. I'm still perplexed by that.
J.C. Kiefer, we'll have to give him a call. So that'll be a good game next week between 2 local teams. This Valley View team will take on Imhotep. That's in the top of the bracket. In the 5A division, Paulpack left, so we don't have any local teams remaining. And in 6A, Delaware Valley lost today, so we don't have any teams in that bracket. Great quickness shown by Redmond, a senior, Pat Redmond, in the game. That was a nice little return.
Got the ball at his 5-yard line, makes a nice cut. That's a nice move right there.
Paul Grippy's down on the field, and Paul, George Hawanitz has done a nice job building this program up. Of course, he played at Bucknell. He was the quarterback on the championship team.
Bob, you remember you and I back in the day, he was the quarterback here. I still think of him as that kid running around, throwing passes, winning the state championship. He won the Fiore Caesar. It's hard to believe this is going to be his 3rd district championship, and they're getting ready to dump the Gatorade bucket on him. But 3 district championships, that vaults him up into the next level. Coach, what kind of level does that put him at to say this guy has won 3 district championships now, and it'll be over a 7-year period?
He's done a great job. He's in this game for the right reasons. He treats his kids with tremendous respect. He wants them to be a part of the community. He's a great teacher, and I'm very, very thrilled for him because he does things the right way.
Yeah, you know, remember when he took over, the program was having some lean years. They weren't as competitive. They kind of fell from the top tier to maybe the middle tier, about a 500 level. But he has done what every coach wants to do, is that win consistently. A lot of coaches can win 1 year here and there, but to win consistently, that says a little something different about a coach. And Coach Hawanitz, this will be his 3rd district championship.
Well, since 1969, this program has really been one of the top programs in this part of the state. Much credit has to go to Frank Pizzalia, who became the first head coach at Valley View High School. And George played for Frank. And I know when they won their championship, George didn't throw the ball that often. He was more of a runner than he was a thrower. But you know, he obviously learned a lot. Went to Bucknell as a defensive back. He served as an assistant for me for 6 years up at Wallenpaupack. But again, I have a great deal of respect for him simply because he does things the right way.
You think about Valley View, what, 2 coaches in about a 40-year period, right? I mean, that's unbelievable.
There's that. Listen, look around the stadium about the Cougar tradition.
Yeah.
There's no question about that.
They have that here, yes.
Play comes in. It's going to halt the clock with 1:15. That will segue us in to the Keystone College trivia question tonight. Well, they played in 2011, Coach, and I gave you the score. I'm going deep in this one. How many rushing yards did Valley View have that day? Come on, think. You were on the staff.
I was in the booth. 128.
Okay, well, I was going to guess 125. I did that game. I broadcast that game. I remember it well. I think it was around 125. What's the answer, Mr. Hyde?
The Keystone College trivia answer is 159 yards rushing.
Wow. Okay, let me ask you this. Who was Valley View's tight end?
Tight end?
Yes.
Was it the same as the linebacker?
Well, he did play linebacker as well.
Naeem Wortman.
Naeem Wortman, and let me tell you his stats for that day, which he was sick in that game. He didn't play all 4 quarters. But
Paul, I'm interrupting because the Gatorade is on the way. Just watch.
And it's going to be the color blue. I'll tell you Naeem Wortman's numbers. 1 catch for 1 yard, and he had 1 interception on the day. And then he went on to a nice career at Penn State. Now he's coaching at Mississippi State.
Naeem has the record here with the Lackawanna Football League. Do you know that, Paul?
I didn't know that.
Yes, he has a 99-yard touchdown reception.
Oh, okay.
As the tight end.
He was a great athlete.
Okay, Paul, we'll get you players of the game. It's going to be Janasa Boone, Jaden Duplessis. The matchup today for a couple touchdowns. And now we're just waiting for the Gatorade bath. How exciting is that?
In this weather?
I don't think George is going to care except for getting that blue over the white jersey.
George will not be happy with this.
No. Maybe they already got the Nixay on the Gatorade bath.
Possibly.
Lukasevich going to throw it up going to be tipped around and go incomplete. That will not stop the clock because we're in a running clock situation. I don't see the Gatorade, and I see double zeros. They're getting the Gatorade. Here we go. There's the Gatorade. Valley View are your District 2 4A champions for 2018. The final score, Valley View 49, Dallas 14. It's back-to-back for the Cougars. I'm not going to say we didn't think this would happen. Valley View in Southern Columbia and our area, our coverage area, probably the best two teams.
I would agree. Again, and I think Prep is a close
Prep
third.
is definitely in there, yeah.
But Valley View was focused all season, set this goal of being a repeat champion, and they simply did it on the football field is where it's got to be done.
Dallas will be back, guaranteed next year. A lot of players coming back. Starbuck will be back at quarterback, Kelly in there. They lose only one lineman, so expect Rich Manello's team to be back in this championship game, possibly in 2019. Valley View will hoist the district championship trophy. And let's go down the poll now.
Okay, I'm with the player of the game for Valley View, the quarterback, Janasa Boone. Well, tell me that offense put up all those points, 49. What worked so well with the offense?
The offensive line was just creating holes and giving me time to throw the ball tonight. So I was completing everything to Jaden Duplessis tonight. He was my go-to receiver, and it was just an amazing game.
Yeah. Tell me about your team, how they prepared, what kind of look did they have in their eye? What did you feel coming to the stadium tonight?
Coach said as soon as they get in here, just get ready. Just get prepared. He knew that we were going to come in and battle in this game, so we were just ready for war with them.
All right, congratulations, and let's get your target over here, Jaden Duplessis. Okay, wide receiver for Valley View, another player of the game. Tell me, what's this win feel like? What's it mean to be back-to-back district champions?
Man, it feels great, you know, coming out here, winning another one. Just all these fans are great. We just win it for them, play every game hard for them.
Also, an undefeated season. Was that a goal to start, or did you not try to think about that?
We just take it week by week, every day. We just try to take it game by game and just focus on that one game at a time.
Yeah. Everything worked so well tonight. Was the plan to get the ball to you like that in the practices leading up to this game, or what were your intentions for offense tonight?
Honestly, we were just going to come out, be physical with them, do whatever it takes to win.
Okay. Do you feel like you made it look easy?
Nah, definitely not.
All right, congratulations.
Thanks.
Bob, it's Valley View, back-to-back District 2 champions.
Yeah, you got to get Jaden back in. Everybody's taking a picture down there. They need number 12 in it. There you see the district championship plaque given to the Valley View Cougars, who are your 2018 District 2 4A champions. They will take on Imhotep Charter next week. Site and time to be determined. Coach, final thoughts?
They're on a roll, and they've been on a roll since August. I wish them the best of luck in their next game, and hopefully they'll continue on the path to Hershey. But it's really apparent, Bob, to anybody who's seen them play all year, that there's not a significant weakness in any phase of the game that they've demonstrated during the course of the game. They can run the ball, they can pass the ball. Defensively, they're tough up front. They've got players who are difference makers on both sides of the football, whether it's Janasa Boone or whether it's Trayon Jones, whomever. So it's a great team. The thing that I appreciate as a coach, and I've talked to Coach Hawanitz about this, he says he's got great kids with great character, and that's important. I mean, you want to win, but you want to win the right way, and they certainly have done that this year.
What a great job by our crew tonight setting up in the conditions around here with the snow. They came out on a Sunday, braved the cold, and for that we will give them the week off.
Really?
We get the week off next week. A lot of good games, most likely all on Saturday, so stay tuned to check out the schedule. And then we'll be back, hopefully, with an Eastern final. Hopefully we'll have a local team in there. We do expect to have that. Will it be November 30th or December 1st? We'll let you know. And stay tuned right here to my TV and on Facebook and, of course, on Twitter at Fox 56 Sports. So, for the entire Fox 56 Sports crew, did an awesome job tonight. For Paul Grippy, for Stan Kaharski, this is Bob Ide saying so long from Peckville and have a pleasant Thanksgiving.
This is Friday Night Rivals on MyTV WQMY.